Let's talk about the challenge ahead of you. Just last year, now Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez took down what was at the time the fourth most powerful Democrat in the House. You're aiming even higher than that. Steny Hoyer is very high up in Democratic leadership. And so what is it about his time in office that made it so that you felt like you needed to replace him?
I feel like he's very stagnant on a lot of issues that he shouldn't be. I don't feel like he uses his role to the fullest capability, to the fullest capacity. You know, we need a lawyer not a lawyer. we need a representative who's going to be on the forefront of these issues. I live in Maryland. We need to be on the front of climate change. We need a representative who's going to enact the Green New Deal. We need a representative who's going to support Medicare for all. We need a representative who's going to help us out with our affordable housing crisis. What we don't need as a representative is who's going to take money from the corporations that contribute to our struggles and then profit off of them. I mean, that's clearly evidence right there where he's beholden, and he's beholden to his corporate donors rather than his constituents, and that's an issue for me.
It's an issue for me as well, so I certainly share that with you. But it's an issue that we can find in other Democratic leadership these days, including Nancy Pelosi as well, who in the past you've said you would not necessarily support were you to be elected. Could you elaborate on that for us?
Yeah, I believe Nancy Pelosi, she takes a lot of corporate money as well. I don't agree with, you see her on Twitter saying how bad Donald Trump is and we need to do something when you're literally in the position to do something about it and you choose not to. This is a president who is racist. This is a president who is trying to take us back. He's trying to strip rights away from immigrants. He's trying to strip rights away from women. And for her to be in the position to do something about it and constantly be on Twitter and say, oh, well, we need to do something about this. This is an issue. Well, do something about it. You have the power to, and you choose not to. And I would just absolutely not support her at all. I mean, I just can't.
So I want to ask you a question I've asked a number of different candidates recently. Looking out there, you're in your primary challenge right now. Imagine you were not. You've already beaten Steny Hoyer. You're out there. Considering what's going on in the country this week, what would you like to think you would be working on if you were in the position already?
If I were in the position already, I would definitely be working on Medicare for all. And then considering things that have been happening this week, I would definitely be working on immigration reform. The Trump administration is trying to hold migrant families in custody indefinitely. Yeah. And currently, Congress is in a recess. I think that this is the perfect reason to call Congress back to the floor because this is a crisis. I mean, you are stripping rights away from people and trying to indefinitely detain families, children. This is something that just simply cannot happen. We need to do something about it now. And so considering the things that have been going on this week, that is something that I would definitely be tackling is immigration reform and creating policy and legislation that will stop things like this from happening, that will prevent it and also mitigate it and protect us against Donald Trump's administration.
Where can people find out more about your platform, your candidacy?
People can find out about my platform and my candidacy on my website, which is www.michaela2020.com. And all of my social media handles are @meetmichaela.
Well, Michaela, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It was nice talking to you.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.